Hi, welcome back. My name's Newman. This is my life with plants. We got some pretty exciting things at the nursery. This is the big flowering epiphyllum. It has the massive white flowers, very fragrant. Over here we have a red. They're priced at $5.47. We have a white, which says "Beauty under the moon." Yeah, that's a nice name, isn't it? Some exciting stuff they got in. They got all these euphorbias, Haworthias in. Check out that one. Beautiful Haworthias. Oh, it's really dark. This is a much smaller one. And it's got some nice patterns on the windows there. I kind of like that one. And that one. I like them all. That's an interesting one there. That one's obtusa. This one's got some nice variegation. I've got a chunkata. Look at this very dark one. And the cacti they just got in. They got some mammillarias. And this one, surprisingly, has some variegation on it. We've got these beautiful, big, large gymnocalyciums. I kind of love this one. I might buy one. And they got some Labivia hybrids, but what color would the flower be? I'm not sure. And they got some Magnificas. Mammillaria. It'll be the red-headed Irishman. I remember that name from Ziggy. And believe it or not, those are fairy castles, but they are super chunky. They must have been feeding them a lot of nitrogen. This is Leninghalsii. We're going to Pilosoceras. And this one is a nice big sized Paracactus Fordsii. I think it's Fordsii. We got another one there, and these are priced at $5.47. We got two mammies there, and these look like Neoporterias going by the spines on them. Check out the spines on this Echinophylla cactus. We got a couple of those too. And today's most interesting plant is this one. I don't know if you can see in the bag here. Wait a minute. Now the name of this is Folatosia. Sorry, I put the name on the on the screen, but this is. I thought this was a Ceropegia dichotoma for a minute, but it's a native of Madagascar, and it's in the Asclepiadaceae family, which is the Pileas and the like, and it has greenish star flowers. I just think this is really neat. It's like a bunch of Green stems. Succulent green stems. It's hard for me to focus. Let's see if we can. There's only 2 of these, by the way, so am I going to pick one up? Yeah. It's a little pubescent. Actually, no, it's not. It's like velvety. It's like a velvet. And I would think that's to reflect sunlight. What an interesting plant. And I am going to buy it, and it's $8.70. But there's quite a lot of it in there. Next to it is a Milii euphorbia. We've got a trigona. And this is a kind of a euphorbia. It has pencil-like stems right there. So they only have 2 of those. So this has really got me interested, because I never seen this kind of Slabaceae, and of course Hoyas are in the same family. This gets my interest quite a lot. Okay, moving on. These are a couple of Echinopsis babies. Echinopsis subdenudata. Subdenudata is one of my favorites, so I got a couple of seedlings there. Okay, what's interesting down here are these ones I featured before at a different nursery. Titanota. Look really neat, huh? Priced at $38. And up here we have some Euphorbia platyclada. What's this one? This is the Senecio staphyliformis. I'm doing good at my names today. Doing good. The monsoon's hit, so it's pretty wet. Now I gotta show you this. You see this particular plant? It's got a Diurenta. Now this Diurenta is absolutely amazing, because I've never smelled anything. I've never smelled anything like that. That is sweet. That is caramel. 100% caramel. That thing smells like caramel. Can you believe that? And I've seen this plant before in our neighborhood growing. This thing is incredible, the smell. And it's very profusely flowering. I really want to buy one. It's the most amazing smell I've ever smelled in my life for a plant. It's incredible. And what does it attract? I gotta know. Huh? What do you think this attracts? Caramel. Okay, down here, this one's got my attention. I mean, I love this thing. Look at this. Isn't that a really neat looking plant, or what? Wordamania. Portulaca. Wordamania. I mean, look at these webs inside there. Isn't that neat or what? Huh? Yeah, what a neat succulent. I'm afraid it might be a little sensitive to heat and stuff like that because I have trouble with growing a lot of succulents. These ones would be in a very cool greenhouse, probably north facing, the most shadiest side, because our summers are extremely hot. And if you have anything facing direct sun during the summer, it'll most probably die. I know this one is a kind of a crassula tetragonal or something like that. Pretty prolific. This one is Ludesia, and something really neat. Yeah, for those people who love echeverias, they have them. And I better not forget my umbrella, because I can't, because it's posing down with rain right now. But they have a lovely Aeonium right here. I want to grow Aeoniums, but our climate is against it. You got to protect them from the monsoon. They don't like that much water during the summer, and definitely it's too dry here in the winter. This is Setosa. I used to have one of those when I was a child. Love them. And that one is like a let's see the label. That would help. Papurederata graptopetalum. Lovely classic echeverias here. That'll be a imbricata, no doubt. We've got a lovely pot of the stacked crassulars. And look at that. Once again, this variegation on that. And like a one-arm paper hanger. When I see plants, I grab onto them because I think other people are going to pick them up quick. You can see by my hand there, they're quite large plants. I'm not sure what kind of mammillaria that is, but it does have the variegation on it. And you got to see the size of this. And look how big that is, huh? A nice large size for $6. It's around about $6. Isn't that neat? Nice full plant. And they have two of them. Gymnocalycium, but I'm not sure. It's got a name in Japanese. I might have to grab one of those. Might have to. These cacti suppliers, they just have such fantastic plants coming out. They're not the greatest, they're grown from seed. I mean, I can grow my cacti pretty well, I'm just not too good at growing them from seed. Mine have to go through the seasons, get beaten up a lot. Over here we got some other succulents. Look at that graptopetalum there, it's got such small rosettes. There's a classic Sedum nospalranianum. And I know that this one, I've seen this growing in New Zealand because it's a warmer climate where I come from. They're related to mint, in the mint family, but it's a succulent member. And your name, what is it? Your name. Aromaticus, correct. Correctorensis aromaticus. Whew! Smell that. It's like a pungent mint. Very aromatic. Beautiful plant though. With some little tiny babies. Look at that. That one is Lycanoidioides, I think. Cressula. Reptopetalum of some sort. That one's campfire. You got very small plants. Next up to feast your eyes on, people who love, let me just put these down. The one-arm paper hanger. Those of you who love pictures. Here you are. Maybe if I try this one. There we go, I think it's focusing now. This is Nepenthes alata, and it's native of the Philippines. So it'll be one of the hardier ones. If you don't know about Nepenthes, they are not bog plants. They are epiphytes or lithophytes, and they come from seasonal monsoon. Drier seasons, but not totally dry. And they come from well-lit jungles, usually higher altitude. And from this leaf that has this margin here that is like a runway for water. So the water would come down here, and then at the end of it the pitcher starts to develop off the tip of the leaf. And in the pitcher you have water that gathers, and inside is slippery, so the bugs will come in to get some nectar, because I think it has a certain amount of nectar up by the entryway here, and then they slip down inside it, drown, and become nutrients to the plant. But these nice full plants like this are just $10, $11, about that. And this $10.78. Really nice. I already have one at home, so I can't afford to get another. I don't have any space. I'm running out of space. Like everybody else, we say we're running out of space, and then when we buy another plant, we repeat it. I'm running out of space. Forever running out of space. We have some more here. Look. Actually, this one's got a much more redder picture in there. Ooh yeah, temptation. Temptation. Let me put this down. Okay. This one has better pictures in it. You get them everywhere. This is the one I was looking at because it's got a nice mature picture there. Not sure if that's a better plant to get, or if I should be going for something that's got a lot more leaves on it, which is an indication of a healthier plant, isn't it? I might grab one of these to grow outside. Give it a go, see how it likes it. I'd actually pick one up. I might. Can you see that rim there? I learned this from watching an episode on Crime Pays but Botany Doesn't, which is one of my favorite YouTubers because of his super interesting programs of detail, attention to detail, and amazing footage, amazing commentary. And it's full of things that are super interesting. So I learned that around this rim here there's grooves in it. See that? So a little drop of water will blot inside all these grooves. And it becomes extremely slippery and the bugs slip and fall into the pitcher. Yeah. Learned that. Should I get a picture? Should I not? And if I do get one, I should get one that's got plenty of foliage on it. I'll come back for that. Well, I went ahead and did it. I'm going to get in the Nepenthes alata and this fantastic this Lepidaceae pencil growing plant and a couple of the Echinopsis denudata. Even though I don't have a lot of room, I'm going to be trying this Nepenthes hanging up under the tree. See how it goes. We've got to give it a try. It's a super interesting plant. Okay, over here we have Frangipanies, which I can't resist. Beautiful smell. Up here, if you love the Shittias, then they have the Shittias here. They get them in every year. They must be pretty hardy. This one's grown in the... I actually looked it up. It has a pretty... It's got an insignificant looking flower, so... Not saying that this is not a nice plant. It is, but because I have got a lack of space, I'd rather have a Hoya because of the flowers. I'd rather have Hoyas for that reason, their flowers. But if they weren't Hoyas, I'd buy that for sure. Alright, wasn't supposed to buy anything, but I ended up doing it again, didn't I? I gotta work out how to cultivate my plants so that it's not obvious that I'm running out of space. I don't know how do I do that? I'm not sure. Always planning ahead. But for sure the Nepenthes will be hanging under a tree. That other plant there, well, we'll see how that goes. Well, that's a pretty interesting one. I can't pass it up. Right. I think that about does it for today. Today's interesting plants. But before we go, we'll have a look at the carnivorous plants one more time. Because I know a lot of you want to see them. Whatever you do, don't look too much because you'll get excited and branch off from cacti and succulents. You end up like me, start growing other things. So here is a Sarracenia. It's a pretty neat one. And amazingly, I just found out that a lot of Sarracenias have actually become naturalized in parts of Europe. They can handle a lot of cold and a lot of heat. So they're pretty forgiving plants, pretty tough, super interesting. And I love them. Got one on my balcony. Then you got the sticky traps, Olrosera. They have the sticky traps on them. This one's already been catching a lot of bugs. It's feasting on bugs that are stuck in its sticky sap. And they even have a few Nepenthes, these sellers, which is interesting. Gracilis, Nepenthes gracilis. And Venus flytraps. I got one, and I bought it from here. I put it in a empty 2-liter plastic drink bottle. I cut it in half and I put it inside and then filled it with rainwater, just so it's just about a couple of inches. And then I just put the cut top of the drink bottle, I just slide it back in and I take the lid off so it gets a little air, but it's super humid in there and it's thriving. I fed it the other day. My son enjoyed watching that. Put a big beetle in there. You could hear it scratching around inside there, but it couldn't get out. Oh, this one's interesting. This caught my eye. What is this? What are you hiding there? Utricularia. Utricularia? Utricularia, what do you do? What do you do? How do you eat bugs? It says it grows on rocks in very misty, cool places. It's very humid there. Says it has a pocket at the bottom of the plant where it eats bugs. Where? Where? Okay, it's just like a bog plant, but it doesn't actually eat bugs. It just consumes the remains of bugs, which is not really a carnivorous plant, is it? It's just eating composted bug remains. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.